Hi Himanshu, how are you?
Yeah, hi Urmi. Firstly, really thank you for having me. It's a real pleasure to be here. And yeah, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing good as well. Thank you for asking. And today we'll be talking about your experience with the CFA, but most importantly, we will talk about how you managed to pass CFA Level 1 and Level 2 on the first attempt. But before we start, do you want to tell us a little bit about you from a professional point of view?
Yeah, so my name is Himanshu Chopra. I am 24 and based in India. And I graduated in a Bachelor's of Commerce in 2022. After that, in 23, I started my CFA journey really well. And I also thought to enroll myself in an MBA finance program along with my CFA journey. So post that, I cleared my level 1 and level 2 with result in the more than the 90th percentile mark. And like right now, as of this month, I just took my CFA level 3 exam, and next month I'll be completing my MBA finance as well. From my career perspective, I have more than 4 years of experience in managing a business of stainless steel scrap trading. So yeah, this has been a journey so far, which includes academics as well as a bit of entrepreneurship taste.
Uh-huh. So my question is, talking about the CFA mainly, how did you manage to pass level 1 and level 2 on the first attempt? Like, what was the secret?
The secret is nothing. I think it's all about consistency. I personally prefer to not take it lightly, as I hear from most of people that they just clear it, in 3-4 months, and they didn't give it that much time. My strategy was a bit unique. I thought that I'll give it my best shot. I tried to give around 5 to 6 hours of daily time for around 7 to 8 months in each level. This is kind of uncommon if you see other students. My approach was to thoroughly read all the blue boxes and the examples in the CFA curriculum, which is given on the CFA website as well. And besides that, I used to make sure that I practice questions well, because practicing questions actually give you that the real insights of how the questions are going to be on the exam day as well. So one thing is this, but my approach started with watching the prep providers lectures, which I watched. I make notes of it, and then before exam I used to just skim through the notes and do questions and questions. That's it. That was the main key to clearing it in first attempts.
Which approved providers did you use? You said you were watching videos and taking notes.
So I chose Sanjay Saraf sir, who is from SSEI Institute.
Yeah.
So yeah, that institute was really good, and I took his classes for all the 3 levels.
Okay, are the classes online or in person?
No, I think he takes in-person classes as well, but that's only in a certain part of India from where he belongs, which is Kolkata. But besides that, all over the world, students take classes from him through recorded lectures. I think it's a kind of a hybrid pattern in which a few classes are live and some of the classes are recorded as well.
Yeah, I watched some of his videos as well. They were those that are free on YouTube. But I also think he only speaks in Hindi, or he does a little bit of Hindi, and I think English, so you have to be able to understand a little bit of Hindi, I think. But I watched some of his videos, and he's pretty good. He's really good.
Yeah, I think most of his lectures are in Hindi only, so you got to know Hindi if you want to take lectures from him.
Yes, and what motivated you to do the CFA program? Because you are also doing an MBA, so I'm assuming you have a certain, goal in mind.
I think there's a very interesting story behind this, and it's an uncommon one. So 3 years into my business, I was doing good, but then a certain crash came in, a cyclical downturn, and I was thrashed with huge tons of losses in business. So where I came across a friend who introduced me to stock market trading, like options and futures and all that stuff. So I thought that would be a great thing to have an alternative source of income for me besides my business. But all those influencers and coaching institutes who provide stock market trading, they aren't that good enough for you to succeed in stock markets. So the day I promised myself that whatever recommendations I would be taking for myself, whether buy or sell, I would be doing it based on my own research. I would have my own investment philosophy, my own mandate of investing in stock markets. And upon researching, I found out that CFA is a gold standard degree in the field of finance. And there's nothing better than doing CFA if I want to get into equity research in my life ahead. So that was the moment I decided that CFA is the go-to thing. And besides, I can also work upon my networking skills by doing MBA finance. So this was the main motivation, that is to succeed in stock markets, but without anyone else's guidance and having my own investment philosophy.
Yeah, that's a good starting point. Yeah, that's definitely a good starting point. And going back to your preparation with the CFA Level I and Level II, what are some of the strategies that you have applied? I know you said, I was preparing for 7 to 8 months. I was doing 5 to 6 hours. I was practicing a lot. Is there anything else that you have done that you feel like, oh, that was what helped me to succeed?
I think there's a defined chronology which I mostly adopted for all the 3 levels. And the chronology is firstly, I watch lectures of the prep provider. I make thorough notes. I don't just skip any of the lectures. After watching all the lectures, I would just skim through the notes. And after that, I would attempt all the blue boxes for all the CFA PDFs of that particular level. And after attempting the blue boxes, the examples are really important. And the practice questions which are there down for every chapter, for every reading, there are practice questions that are very important. And most important trick to succeed in CFA is because the questions are not that much. There's a dearth of questions for each reading. So one should also look at the solutions and why the other 2 options are wrong. That is also very important to know. You can't actually have 50 to 100 questions for each reading. So the main trick is to also see why the other 2 options are wrong. And if they are wrong, what was the reason behind that? Not just, hastening the process of, okay, I know this option is right, so moving ahead to next MCQ. That is not the right key in Level 1 and Level 2. For Level 3, there has to be an altogether different approach. Although the methodology remains same, that lectures and chronology basically remain same, but the methodology has to be a bit different in a way that for Level 3, there are constructive essay-based type questions. So for that, the key to success is having your prep provider actually personally grade your mock exams. So because he would let you know that you are overwriting or underwriting, so give 4 to 5 mocks and get it personally graded by your prep provider, which in my case, Sanjay Saraf sir did so well. And I think in CFA Level 3, you should really give more and more mocks and get them personally graded as well.
It's the first time I hear someone who did that actually, and I think that's a very good way to prepare for the CFA Level 3, like someone who's grading you and giving you feedback based on what you have answered. I think that's a great way, because I feel like with the CFA Level 3, either you write too much or you don't write enough. And sometimes I feel like we're writing too much, but we're not writing or answering the question. So that's a good way to actually do it, like having your provider to do it. But is it a service that only he provides? Because I don't know if there are other people who do it.
So basically, you don't have to be his student to get that service of his. So that service is separately offered to all the students who want to get their mocks personally graded. He also personally grades the mocks which are given by the CFA Institute. So you attempt the CFA mocks and then send him your mocks, and then he'll let you know whether you are overwriting or underwriting, or you are misjudging the question altogether. Like sometimes the question demands something else. It just wants you to calculate the answer. So you have to give just a one-liner answer and give the answer, and that's it. But I've seen students who would actually, explain the entire answer and then calculate the wrong answer. So that won't give you marks, right? So to save as much as time as you want, you should definitely focus on giving the right answer, and no need to give lengthy answers. Yeah. So the main trick in CFA is that you don't have to write lengthy answers, right? As far my experience was concerned, my sir specifically told me that if the question is demanding calculate, then you only have to give the answer and you get all the full marks. For some reason, students think that this answer is for 4 marks because there are total 3 answers in a particular vignette, so I have to write big answers. But that's not the case. Even for a question like calculate a particular expected return, for example, you just have to write the answer. If your answer is correct, you will get the 4 marks. There's no need to write lengthy answers. And similarly, if the question is saying identify why a particular statement is wrong, so you just have to write why that statement is wrong. You don't have to write why other statements are right or wrong, right? The question will specifically ask you what to do or what not to do. This is what I think CFA is really good about, that they do not create confusion in the minds of students. I think it's only students who have that dilemma in their minds that how to write the answers. So the best approach is to just get your mocks personally graded by a good prep provider.
Yeah, I love this approach. I think this is a great tip. And my other question is, how were you able to find balance while you were trying to pursue the CFA program but also doing your MBA? Because I'm assuming you're doing them at the same time.
Yeah. So in July 23, I started preparing for CFA Level I, and that was the time my semester 1 of MBA began too. The beauty with CFA is that when you do CFA, you actually don't find your MBA much difficult, because it is basically the subset of it only. So the main purpose behind doing MBA was just to network with as much people as I can, but at the same time having the knowledge part to me by doing CFA. The main strategy was to allocate 60 to 70% of my daily study time to CFA. And then there are certain non-finance subjects in MBA as well, to which you have to pay certain heed because they are not sharing the common subjects with the CFA. So in the first year, I faced some difficulty with managing MBA and CFA. But second year, since the specialization was in finance, so I had to study only 10 to 15 hours on weekly basis for MBA, and rest of the time I was devoting to CFA. So because my main motive was to study for CFA only, so I made sure that I gave my 100% there.
Yeah, wow, that's definitely not easy to do the CFA program and also to do the MBA. So very much impressed that you're able to do all of these things. So as we're approaching the end of this interview, I know you have, like you said, written your CFA Level III and waiting for the results. What's next in your career?
So as I mentioned that I wanted to be in the equity research side of it. So after getting my results, I have already enrolled myself in an equity research cohort where I am learning more about making equity research reports, doing valuations in depth, and also performing good corporate governance analysis. So I am learning a lot in this field, and I want to be on the buy side of the equity research, so that finally the main vision which brought me into doing CFA is to become a portfolio manager one day. So maybe down the line 10 to 15 years after this, I'll be working as a portfolio manager. But yes, you have to envision that today only and work in that direction from today only in order to achieve that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Himanshu, for coming today. Before I let you go, do you want to tell us how people can connect with you?
Yeah, sure. I think we have mentioned our LinkedIn link in the description. So yeah, people can reach out to me anytime. I would be more than happy to help anybody.
All right. Thank you, Himanshu, for coming here today.